Morning. We can't find a light, mate. My phone's in my pocket, mate. Bloody strong start this morning. Just getting the wrapper on. There she is. Oh, she's frozen out. Oh, looks like she's been bejazzled. Bejazzled. Lol. Remember when they were a thing? If I look in here as well, I should have probably about everything I need, but trying to actually find it is another thing. No, maybe I don't. I thought I had some lights. You know, like the stick-on lights. Oh, look, there they are. Look at this. There we go. A couple of those stick-on lights. Try and do this with one hand. Do we think that'll stay on the motorway? I reckon it will. One of them there, and then the other one right there. That one feels less likely to stay, actually, for some reason. Should I just put one on? Shows a bit of willing, doesn't it? I think it needs a clean or something. It might stay. No, that ain't gonna stay. Right. I tried, officer, I tried. Plug this bit in here, look, it's like a little receiver thing. Pretty decent, mate, right? And then let me just drop this on here. Like that. Right, we are cooking now, and then hopefully we've got an indicator on the back. Look at that beast, that. Might take that off. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Everyone's gonna know when we're turning right. Don't turn left, Indy, alright? We are off to the vet this morning. Don't tell Indy. Indy. I'm not gonna tell you where we're going. She's hurt her paw. So yeah, we're gonna go and try and get her something. Some anti-inflammatory or something. We're gonna go and get rats after that, alright? Vets, then rats. Yeah. And then, God, have we got an exciting day. God. So shall we? Just pulling into the vets. She knows. She knows. Right then, should we go farming? All done. Indy has some Metacam. I've just spent £1,160, not just on Indy, but I actually hadn't paid an invoice since August, so lol. Apart from cow treatment, that is pretty much solely on treating sheep's feet this year, which has not been funny at all. Right, let's go back to the farm. Yeah, that's it. You're all right now. Good dog, ain't ya? No running around for a bit though. Let's go. Let's go and find some rams in some sheep that shouldn't be in the sheep anymore. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, farming. I've leased this farm now for about 6 years. One thing that's changed is we started pruning the trees. So as you can see, there is a lot of trees. And this is the first year ever that I've actually been able to see like from one end of the field to the other. So it's gonna make lambing an absolute delight. So they've all been pruned and cleared up, which is nice. What isn't nice, and that happens every single year on this farm, all the time, is the sheep are not where they're meant to be. So they're meant to be in this field and that field, and as you can see, they're also in that field. Anywho, these are the sheep. Lame one. Oops. These sheep actually are in really nice nick, which makes a nice change because the others are not. So I'm just going to run these sheep through this field and through there, and then I'm going to catch them up. Just pull the tups out. There is one right there. It literally doesn't matter where I put my sheep, the tups are never where they're meant to be. So half of my breeding flock are here, by the way. I said in my last video we had to move some away. This is them. I'll show you them in a minute because old habits die hard. I bought some Cullews, but they were easy cares, like some shedding ewes. They were 68 quid, and I thought, well, you know, that's all right. I didn't think that was too bad at all. I'll show you them in a minute when we get them in, but that's them mainly. Ta-da! So we have, I've gone strong on the mullet actually today, by the way. Probably gonna cut it off now. I think I'm done. I think I'm done with the mullet. There are 2 tups in here, about 100 ewes, give or take. See these girls with the purple bums, they're easy cares, so these are shedding sheep. See them? See them? You like them? You like them? You probably don't like them, but they were £68. £68. I thought that was well worth it. So I mean, look, they're quite good. So yeah, I bought some Cullus. It's how we used to start. It's how we started farming. Was we used to only buy Cullus, lamb them, and then fatten them with their lambs, and then start again every year. But then sheep costs spiraled, and sheep got so expensive that it actually wasn't making sense to do that anymore. But I thought 68 quid was fine, because I mean, that mule there, well, that one's a bit of a dog, but the one behind her, 115 all day long, so literally half the price. Got one ewe there that's lame that we'll pull out, and we're gonna pull the tups out. And then these are the ewes that we had to bring back from the other farm, which was really quite annoying, and we've had to bring them back onto the apples here, which like hammers their teeth. So I haven't been overly impressed with that decision, but we didn't have a lot of choice, because I gave up a lot of land to move and take the job I took on the estate, and the plan was to have a lot of cover crops this year, and that would have kind of helped it along. But we, like I said in my last video, we didn't get them all, so it meant that a load had to come back here, which has meant that we've eaten off, not all the grass, we've eaten off a lot of the grass that we had planned for the cows for the winter. So now we're gonna have to buy hay in for the cows as well. It's just been not a good thing, but you know, these are just things that happen in life, and that's that. So nothing ever goes to plan, and we are well versed in nothing going to plan. So this was plan B. Plan B is they came here. Does that make sense? But we're moved into December now. We've only got 3 months on the cover crops. January. Yeah, 3 months on the cover crops. We can probably take these after next week, so we give them another week here, and then we'll take them all away, and then hopefully this farm be empty, other than the cattle that we got here. Whew, okay, let's catch them. What should I do with the taps? Should I just put them down there? Yeah, I think I'll just put them down there. That'll be fine, won't it? Right then, where shall I pop you lot? Oh, look at that, look. Absolute hero of a branch. It's like someone planted this tree knowing that I was gonna be here one day YouTubing. Come here, big boy. Wide. Good lad, aren't you? Powerful you, aren't you? Look at him playing kiss chase around my wrapper. You boys, honestly. Remember how I said that tupping is a complete disaster? Nothing is raddled. No tups had raddle on them. I literally got out of the hospital, ran down here, grabbed the tups and threw them with the sheep. And that was how it went. I didn't bother marking them up after one cycle, none of that. So, no idea what's going on. Tups were lame when they went in. Ewes were lame when they went in. Just a disaster. Right, let's have a look at these easy cares quickly. So my 68-pound Cullus. Have a look, have a look, have a look. Hang on, hang on. Have a look. Boom. See that colour there? That staining? That's from the apples. But they're all like full-mouthed. Fine, you know, I bagged them. We're good, man, we're good. Look at the condition on this one. Ready? We're gonna open it, it's gonna be no teeth in here, ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah, they're all right, see? Young ewes. Just, that's pure apples, that is, that's done that to them. That's why I don't like leaving them here. It just devalues the sheep so much. Okay, only 82. And half of them have gone the wrong way. Why? Why? I ask you, why? Sheep, why did they do that? So those taps are out. So yeah, we put Texels over the Easy Cares. Why? I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't thinking straight. Because we could have bred some purebred Easy Cares of our own. Because we have an Easy Care ram. But whatever. Texel Easy Care will be absolutely lovely. Okay, for my next trick, we've got half a dozen sheep in there that went to a different ram. I'm gonna get them in. Mix the ewes up, pull the tup out. Happy days. Cool. Right, lovely. I also really wanted to free up that field for this afternoon because I'm off to collect my lambs this afternoon. I'm going to let these sheep out. Not you, mate, because you're a boy. Not you, because you've got to go. Your foot's so bad. Let me sort your foot out. One little one over there. Unfortunately, the cod has really spread and it's taken up like ewetegs, which hasn't been funny at all. It's actually been the worst thing we've ever caught, ever. Like that sheep there, her hoof has healed, but it's healed badly. So I think she's just gonna get problems in her feet. So I think if we can get her sound and fit, we'll get her away this winter and she will never have a chance to lamb, which is annoying. That one is touch and go. That one perhaps we'll give a second chance. You have a second chance. Okay, so the tups are going to go somewhere else. 2 ewes will go into the lame field of ewes. Yes, I have an actual field that's just got lame sheep in. What a guy. 3 boys, please. Go on, my old muckers. That's it. Come on, little lad. Go on, little lad. There we go. Straight up. Dropping the tups off. Still got a misfit bunch of cows, by the way. Off we go, team. Lovely, well done. Thank you for your hard work. Blondie didn't go to the bull this year, which I'm regretting now. Right, shut you. Should we talk about cows? This is the current state of affairs with the cows. Currently have a small herd of Sussex pedigrees, all odders. That is obviously not a Sussex, but this is my therapy cow. We've got a thing going on. Therapy cow's daughter is somewhere, because I like that there she is, look. Just never weaned her, so she's gone to the bull. That's a random Belgian blue jersey. Don't worry about that. Anywho, for those of you that have been following along, bought these, loads of reasons. Wanted to get a pedigree bull. Didn't get around to getting a pedigree bull. Couldn't afford a pedigree bull. Was going to rent a pedigree bull, then was worried that if I rent one, you never know what's going to happen. Like, what if it like breaks its leg or something? I am the breaker of things. I don't want to break someone's bull. Got offered one in a pub by a guy. Yeah, I know. All the things you get offered in a pub. But the bull's from a TB1 area, and we're in a TB4, which means we TB test our cows every 4 years rather than every 1 year. And I was very conscious of the estate I've moved to. An area of it is leased out to a dairy farmer, and I didn't know if the bull was going to go up to my holding there, which would be next door, and if there was a TB issue, which there wouldn't be because they're pre-tested and all that. But if there was, like, it's not really fair, is it? So I was in the market and there was a bull in the cull section. So this guy here, who isn't like, you know, the best thing you've ever seen in the world, but he was a cull bull, young bull. I think he was like 20 months in the cull section. So he was literally going for burgers. And I was like, do you know what, son? Let's go find you some honeys. So I bought him 1,700 quid, right? And I thought, I'll run him around with the cows for like 7 weeks or whatever. He'll do his thing, you know, and then we'll just weigh him back in and he'll lose a bit of weight and whatever. But realistically, he might cost us a couple hundred quid to have. He might even go up in value, who knows, right? But I thought that's the plan. Of course, went and had a baby, didn't we? Got in the way a little bit, and then he got ringworm, like really quite bad, and you can see a couple of marks left on his bum and shoulder. But he had it all up his face. You see the middle of his head, around his eyes. Really bad ringworm, and I was like, oh, because you can't sell them in the live market with ringworm because it's a transferable disease or, you know, whatever. Other cows can catch it. So, guess who's still here? The bull, which isn't ideal at all because there's like 1,700 pounds running around in my field, which I could do with. He's also been in here longer than he should have done, so calving's going to go on for like ever. Going to be calving all next year. But yeah, you see he's got a bit on his bum now. It's almost cleared up. It's almost cleared up enough now that I feel like we could get away with it. So I think I'm going to do that soon. There's Henny's calf, mate. Having a poo. Right, love? It's going on YouTube, having a poo. But yeah, so that's the little herd. That is the bull situation. It's quite funny really, isn't it? He ain't the worst thing in the world. That's the current state of play with the bull. You can go out there if you want. Love that cow. Bought her as a calf, £17. Reared her on a milk. And then she just went feral really, just lived outside forever. Had a nice calf, didn't you? Still feeds it, like a champ. Should be in calf, shouldn't you, as well? They look well, happy with them. I've got about 25 cows. They were supposed to have the run of this whole farm, which is, I don't know, around 100 acres for the whole winter, but now obviously they're having to share it with sheep, which isn't ideal. I think I've said that a lot. Nothing's ideal. Ooh. Go on, my guy. Yeah. See ya. That is where we're at with the cows. Probably a how not to farm cows scenario there. Just like how not to farm sheep this year. Speaking of how not to farm sheep, let's go find some lambs I've got, because we're bringing them home. Right then, so sheep. I have some lambs left. And I've done something that I have never done before. I put them on a hopper and I've been feeding them. Why, I hear you ask? Why? Like I say, it's not really my usual thing, but we were really pushed for space, really pushed for time. They were getting hungry, needed moving, so we stuck a feeder out with them, and I bought some sheep food, £330 a tonne. That was in bags, delivered, which I know is not cheap, but it's just the only way we could like handle it. Now, why did I do that? Basically, all I had left was some really odds and sods. So some lambs that were just, actually a couple of very good lambs, and then some very bad lambs, and lambs that had bad feet that got over it, and they were just all very odd and different, and you'll see them in a second. And I was going to sell them stores, but because they were a bit odd, they wouldn't have sold very well, and the price wasn't very good, but the price has picked back up now. So we just sort of fed them through that time. There's about 40 of them, and I thought, well, it's less than a tenner a piece. Probably worth it. I stuck a hopper out with them, and now I've got to move them and take them back to the farm, so I don't know how much food's left. We'll have a look. Uncle Duncan's done a sheep job. Spectacular. I'm YouTubing again. All the cheers. Right then, chaps. Dog's broken. Yeah. Properly? Not properly, but enough. I think can't see anything. Hey? Yeah. Like that sheep over there. That old ewe right in the middle being a pain. That old ewe isn't in them to keep him calm, by the way. She just jumps, and I got upset with her, didn't I? I was like, right, well, you can go. So she's actually the opposite of keeping them calm. Yeah. Chris wasn't watching. Get him in the corner if we can. Well, whatever. Lovely. Gotcha. See what I mean? Odds and sods. So there's a little ewe lamb there that broke its leg the other day, and we sort of splintered it back up. Should have been filming that day really, and that was a disaster. Some real good lambs. And the ewe that jumps out. I don't think I've ever sworn about sheep as much as I swore about that one in my life. So I was like, do you know what? I don't need that in my life. So she will be going. These guys have helped me so much, particularly where little Sydney was born and we were up against it a bit. They've really looked after the sheep for us, so they were having a couple of lambs. So I'm just going to pull them out. They're going to go to the abattoir tomorrow. And then this lot coming back with me. It's just a misfit bunch. You see what I mean? Like, I couldn't really sell these as stores. It was all a bit like... So I don't know, it just seemed like the sensible thing to do was to buy some food in. I tell you what though, for people that do that all the time, that job is not for the faint-hearted, is it? They're like, oh yeah, that's £330 a tonne, please. I'm like, is it? Wow, okay. I mean, that's probably like £80 a tonne more than it should be, but still. It's not, I wouldn't want to be doing it with 1,000 lambs, let's put it out there. Although I do think they've improved, which is good.
Here we see, what was the other one I was going to check? The greater mulleted crispy, casting his eye over his flock.
tell I don't use that very often. Right, we have 18 bags of food left. I need to find a lid. That'd help a lot. Usually on other years, when I have this sort of problem, which I don't usually, we don't sell a lot of stores, so we usually fatten our lambs, so I wouldn't have this problem. On other years, we wouldn't really have this problem because I usually finish a load of lambs, so we've usually got turnips somewhere or something like that that we will run these on and then get fat on that. So I wouldn't buy the food in. But this year, because we done what we done with the other job, I didn't take on any land, I didn't do any turnips this year. I wanted to have a year off of it so I could effectively like be at the other place. So yeah, we haven't got the turnips to finish them on, and then I would just sell them at stores. Like I said, they're just a bit of a weird mix. So I don't know, I've done this, who knows. But anyway, right, I'm gonna fill this up now, and then I'm gonna go find a lid or make one or something. For those of you that care. Still on. What a legend. Whew. Next week I am planting a hedge, and I am going to use my sheep wool as a mulch, because that's my sheep wool at the moment. So I'm going to plant the hedge and then use that as a mulch. And if you think that's a bad idea, then please let me know in the comments, because I'm literally going to do that probably in my next video. Right then, lovely. Do we think that's gonna blow out on the motorway? Maybe. Right then, I'm gonna leave this one here. Thanks for watching, till next time.